Don't settle for fakes. My dual-taining is the real deal.
Quick guide to Tenyi. Tenyi is an archetype of worm monsters that care about non-effect monsters. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much the archetype in a nutshell. It didn't really see any competitive play. Like, it was decent, but not really all that good. Until Sword Soul came in. And I was like, hey, be extenders for us, please. And Tenyi's were like, okay. But hey, this is Duel Links, where mediocre archetypes such as Infinitrax or Orcust can shine, so surely Tenyi's have to be good, right? Main deck monsters. Starting off with Tenyi, a Shunner level 7 light monster that special summons itself from the hand if you control no effect monster, which, like, is a condition shared by every Tenyi main deck monster, and has the additional effect of being able to banish itself from hand or grave in order to special summon a Tenyi monster from your deck, but locks you into worms for this turn. This is a pretty cool card. It's a starter, it's an extender, it's basically one of the best Tenyis out there. Definitely a 2 to 3 of. Tenyi Vishudha is the dark level 7 one. Stats don't really matter on these guys, so I'm not gonna bother letting you know what the stats are, because I don't know them myself, TBH. But this one can banish itself in order to return a card on the field to the hand, which can include backrow, which makes it so you can, you know, clear the field before committing to more plays. This one's also really good, play 2 to 3 of it. Tenyi Mapura is a level 4 fire monster that can banish itself to protect you against targeting, which is a pretty decent effect. The issue with the level 4s that you can use them to synchro summon, because there's no level 4 tuner. It's still a pretty decent card. I'd say 2 is perfectly fine. Tenyi Nahata reduces the attack of a monster that battles a non-effect monster by 1500. That's it's not that impressive. That's my least favorite of the bunch. It's not really good. Tenyi Shtana is the level 4 water monster that can banish itself in order to revive a non-effect monster that was destroyed this turn. It definitely has some utility to it. This one's not bad. Probably decent, like 1 copy in my opinion. Last but not least, Tenyi Odara is the level 1 earth tuner of the archetype, which you can use to go into big synchro monster that everybody knows about. Additional effect of being able to banish itself from your graveyard or your hand in order to return a banished Tenyi card, except, you know, itself, to your hand, which I guess is kind of useful. You know, it's a pretty good effect. I think 2 is a perfectly fine number to play. 3 is probably also correct. Mystery Shell Dragon, you know, it's a level 4 one. It's just there, you know. It's a 2000 attack, normal, doesn't really do anything, but it's there, and it kind of looks cool, you know. I think it kind of looks. At the end of the day, you gotta play cards because they look cool. You can't even use it to link summon Monk of the Tenyi, because Monk of the Tenyi requires a Tenyi as link material, but it's, you know, it's a cool card. It's a really cool card. You should play 7. Play 7 of this card, I think. Yeah, definitely play 7. Extra deck monsters. Draco Berserker of the Tenyi is a big level 8 synchro monster that can banish a monster that activates its effect. It doesn't negate the effect, but just gets rid of the monster. And then it's an OTK machine on top of that. So, like, really, you pretty much your game plan is to kill your opponent dead with this card. You only have the 1, so play the 1. It's a good card, trust me. Monk of the Tenyi is a link 1 that doesn't do anything. But this is Tenyi, so this is an important card for the archetype. You play 2 to 3 of this guy. Shaman of the Tenyi is a link 2 that can revive a worm monster in your graveyard. And then it also becomes Elemental Hero Sunrise when a non-effect monster declares or is attacked. That's, you know, that gotta count for something. I think 2 is a perfectly fine number for this card to be run at. Draco Berserker of the Tenyi is a 3000 link 3 that doesn't really do anything. But it's Tenyi, so it's probably still playable. It has the worst link arrows in existence, but I think you should still play 1 because it's a big beta that works with your archetype. It was like, yeah, this is what we have to do. Draco Masters of the Tenyi is another link 3 that gets to pop cards on the field equal to the number of non-effect monsters on your field or graveyard without targeting, which is nice. It's not really all that necessary, right? It's kind of a win more card. Yeah, I think you should probably play just 1 copy of it. I think it's not that bad. Baxia, Brightness of the Yangzing. It's not a Tenyi card, but it's a pretty good level 8 worm synchro for you to go into. also pops card on if you're on summon, and then it can be used to revive worms from your graveyard, which, you know, is pretty decent. I'd say play one if you can afford it. It's not necessary, but it's kind of nice. Backrow. Hold on a sec, I forgot the name of this card. I gotta look it up. Vessel for the Dragon Cycle is Foolish Burial, which, you know, already is pretty good. And then if you control non-effect monster, you get to add another Tenyi to your hand, which it's pretty cool. Definitely one of the cool cards out there. I think 2 is a perfectly fine number to be playing this card at. Ebony Dragon Circle is pretty much mask change for this archetype, meaning that you get to use it in response to you Tenyi being targeted by a card effect, maybe it's Book of Moon, Big X 1 point. You get to add another Tenyi to your hand, which you can immediately special summon and then continue your plays. And on top of that, these cards get banished from your graveyard, and then you get to add another Tenyi card to your hand. I think this is a really cool card. Not everybody agrees with me, but they're all wrong. You should play this card 2 copies. Maybe not 3, but 2 copies is fine. Flawless Perfection of the Tenyi is a field spell that allows you to draw 2 cards when your opponent specials an effect monster. Like, it's one of these cards that seems really good, but then you realize, you know, you have to outdraw it because there's no way to search it in Tenyi. All it does is drawing you 2 cards. So it's like a +1 at best in an archetype that already like pluses pretty well without it. I don't think you should be playing this one. Basic combo. This is the part where I show you the cool combo of the deck. Hello, it's me again, showing you unique technology to show you how to play the Tenyis. Okay, so first off, you gotta summon a Shona, right? You summon a Shona's there, but then you link the Oshuna away, so you can summon a monk. Summon monk there. And then you special the Vishana. The Vishana is right there. But then you also link summon the Vishana away in order to, I gotta duplicate the layer, in order to summon another monk. The monk right there. And then you have the Adara. You play the... Actually, we're going to put in a defense position. There you go, that has defense. It's not completely straight, but it's fine. And then you take 2 monks, right? And they fuck off. And you make Shaman of the Tenyi, right? And then with the Shaman effect, you can use the Shaman effect to revive the Vishera, but we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to use the Ashuna. Right, we get. I forgot to put the banish zone. You know, okay, we're gonna put Ashuna really small, right there. We're gonna put use the Ashuna effect to. I forgot to add more Tenyi. Let's say we special. This is written Vishura, but it could be any level 7. I mean, it's Vishura actually. Like we have these 2, right, and then these 2 they fuck off, and you get to special summon Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. So that's. You know, that's your main disruption guy. It's probably not the best Tenyi combo, but basically how you want to do this. You can go into the big link 3. If you have more extenders, you can use Vessel for the Dragon Cycle to set up a Shona engrave. If you don't open it, there's tons of things that you can do with this archetype. Probably better than I can. Conclusion. It's a pretty cool deck. I think it's a deck that has potential to be really good. It can play around disruption. It can set up a really aggressive board going second. Going first, its options are kind of limited, but it still has enough decent stuff that you don't really mind or care. It's definitely going to be a deck that you're going to see a lot of on ladder. I don't know if it's going to be meta, but it's a cool deck. I've been peeled into playing this deck. Thanks, Cly. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys and gals and non-binary pals next time.